Could you give us just a broad overview of the policy and member module that sits within the FINEOS platform, or also known as AdminSuite?
Yeah, no, absolutely. When we think about FINEOS, policy and member, it's kind of that hub and spoke, strategy or kind of approach, right? Where, you think about policy and member, it's got to be for something, is essentially how I think about it, right? It's not just, we want a database of information, like that's fine. If that's what you want, we can certainly provide that. However, from a carrier perspective, it's usually to enable, something else, right? So that's, either for member, either for billing, right, or for claims or for absence. So it's having that member data accessible, accurate, up to date as well, and then to then facilitate some sort of automation or some sort of integration within the carrier's walls. So when we think about how we architected that and how we went about that, right, we looked at it from a few different perspectives. One from, what were the carrier experiences trying to build out, member data and think about enrollment data. Where we started was more upmarket carriers. And so in that space, as you're familiar with, with your time at Met, you didn't really have a lot of enrollment data. You didn't really get a lot of, call it, identifiable data, customer data, until either time of claim or potentially, evidence of insurability. So trying to kind of pull that back and kind of put together, like that schematic around what does the member data look like? How should we think about, keeping it up to date, events, feeds coming in, like all of that stuff is very, very complex, which led us to pulling in folks from the industry, leveraging a lot of what Limmer was doing within LDEX as well to kind of think about, how they're thinking about the most modern and up-to-date version of a member record. So it was all those things combined, as well as, again, partnering with, a lot of our clients on building it out the right way so that it could be robust and scalable, and being able to be leveraged for integrations, automations, and, auto adjudication. And the last thing I'll say is, as well as for AI too, right? So you got to have that data available for AI to be very, very effective. And so our member and policy administration modules really kind of facilitate that and enable, those strategies.